Introduction. You can't teach someone something they think they already know. The way this article is received by the reader will justify or invalidate the previous statement. People often take issue with the idea of learning from someone else. Sadly, more and more people perceive the position of a student as a demotion in status, or the inferior party in the process of learning, or as demeaning. In the worst cases, insulting. This misconception is tragic and damaging to the individual and society in general. A prime example of this is when the apprentice or novice is being trained. They will often respond with "I know" when they believe the instructor is seeing them as ignorant or naive. Instructors are often to blame for this because of their own ignorance in the art of instruction, which as a teacher is just as important, if not more important, than the very skill they are passing on. Alternatively, it is the pride of the individual pupil that is responsible. The elevated position that the student had enjoyed throughout the ages has been diminished by the systemic rise of egocentric masters who desire acknowledgement for their own achievements and the effort they themselves have put into acquiring said knowledge. This is precisely what prevents the instructor from achieving true mastery of the skill they have supposedly mastered, internally degrading the very art that they claim to love. The true master knows that by elevating the student, they will succeed in passing on their beloved craft, ultimately creating an opportunity to improve said craft through the student. Not with the fear that their student will surpass their own skill, but instead with the hope the pupil will do exactly that. In the mind of a true master, this is the very purpose of passing on their legacy in the first place. Legacy is the master's reward for their efforts, not the instant gratification of praise or the perceived admiration of the masses. Philosophy of the Lost Rabbit: you are your fault. Everyone gets exactly what they want all the time, every time. Otherwise, you would do something different to change what you get. No one has anything happen to them by surprise. You knew it was a possibility, whatever it was, when you consciously set the events in motion beforehand. You can claim you don't know why it happened, and those like you may pretend to believe you, but we all know why everything happens to us when it happens. We all know why we get what we get, good or bad. Whether it was welcome or unwelcome, we asked for it and we got it. Review. The opening sets a tone of personal responsibility, urging readers to reflect on the intentional nature of their experiences. Sarcastic fool. There is no reason for me to doubt you, and no one is out to betray me. Though, you do realise that actions and devotion are how trust is earned. Like risking your ass for another, or rejecting rejection despite someone telling you they don't love you anymore. 'Tis not like I have ever had any reason to doubt you in the past, so, like you said, my paranoia is unfounded. Because you have always had my back no matter what, and you apologised for when you didn't, then swore you wouldn't do it again. Except you did it again 5 minutes ago. But that doesn't mean anything. It's not like it's a pattern I should be aware and beware of. So I'll just drink the Kool-Aid and use the light to move forward into the catastrophes that are undoubtedly coming. As long as you have the gas to keep the light on, I'll be behind you until it gets dangerous. Then I'll take my place in the front, not to lead but to bear the brunt of the coming onslaught. 2. Protect the torchbearer, so that when the mistakes have painful consequences and are then proven to be the product of you not listening to me, that information can be properly ignored to prevent it from not happening again. Review. This segment adopts a sarcastic tone, delving into trust issues and the cyclical nature of broken promises. The humour adds depth to the critique of blind trust. Just saying, if love will find a way and love conquers all, and love is the answer, then why does hate always seem so much more satisfying to you? This segment questions the conventional wisdom about love, juxtaposing it with the seemingly more satisfying nature of hate. It adds a layer of skepticism to common romantic ideals, introducing a thought-provoking perspective on the complexities of human emotions. Real what? I read a post that said real relationships, real love and real caring is rare. To that I responded, all of those things are illusions. Unless you remove yourself from the equation. Too often all of the real things you just described are just labels your very real pride puts on abstract concepts to make them seem real and strictly personal. For example, real love for me, real loyalty to me, and real respect for me or a real relationship with me. They are only real to you if they anoint you as the primary beneficiary, or majority stockholder. Those same ideas that have remained fundamentally honoured by the other party are quickly rejected as fake or disingenuous as soon as your concept of real has been violated. Don't waste your time seeking something that is so rare and so sought after, that to find it would be akin to discovering the Holy Grail or the Ark of the Covenant. To put it bluntly, you are the only one who can give these real things to anyone, because you are the only one who really even knows what they are. To you. Review. This section challenges the rarity of genuine relationships, emphasizing subjective perspectives and the self-centric nature of defining real love and caring. It urges readers not to seek the elusive and rare, presenting a pragmatic outlook. Fix yourself for yourself. If you want something genuine in your life, then stop being fake. If you want truth in your relationship and in life, then stop lying. If you want to be loved for who you are, then stop picking a mate because you think they're hot. If you don't like the rumours going around about you, then spread better ones. If you keep telling everyone you're a good person, then you're not. It's okay because your friends probably aren't either. Review. This part delivers straightforward advice on authenticity and self-improvement. It advocates for aligning actions with true desires, reinforcing the theme of personal responsibility. Slow down. Hot rod. The problem with relationships today is, shit gets physical too fast and shit gets exclusive too fast before you realise you don't even like this person. Before you get a chance to know who they are, you're stuck in a commitment before you realise they're a deviant or an unfaithful personality type, who may be lying to themselves but are surely lying to you. Knowing these facts won't stop you from doing it again. Review. This segment addresses the pace of modern relationships, cautioning against committing before truly understanding a person. It highlights the potential mismatch between physical intimacy and genuine connection. You think? If you think you've found it, think again. If you think it's the real thing, think again. If you think it's going to be different this time, think again. If you think it's going to last forever, think about not thinking anymore and just get a dog, because thinking obviously isn't your thing. Review. This part injects humour into the discussion, using sarcasm to caution against idealistic assumptions about love. The suggestion to get a dog serves as a light-hearted alternative, questioning the feasibility of finding lasting love. Bright side. If you didn't have what you thought you had, then you lose nothing when it's gone. Review. This segment introduces a positive outlook, emphasizing the potential lack of loss when something falsely perceived is gone. It encourages embracing the absence of what was believed to be real, offering a perspective shift from loss to liberation. Fly on the wall. Just once I'd like to see the look on someone's face when they realise they should have listened to me. Then watch it again when they realise it's too late. I'm already gone. Review. This section captures the desire to witness the realisation of the importance of advice, adding a touch of drama to the narrative. The metaphor of being a fly on the wall emphasises the yearning for others to comprehend the wisdom shared. Not again. Never think you're above being fooled by the Dark Lord. He always has a more advanced agent waiting for you to drop your guard, for you to be receptive to yet another load of bullshit. Once again convincing you it's different this time, and your true love has finally arrived. The great sex is almost enough to convince you once again, but just in case it's not, the next one is always smarter and a better, more poisonous version than the last, and ultimately more destructive to your life and mind than any and every conniving bitch or evil asshole you've ever been fool enough to become involved with. Yet time and time again, you walk face first into another soul-crushing, life-draining relationship, like a cartoon coyote thinking he's finally going to catch that fucking roadrunner and enjoy a well-deserved dinner, only to have the ground disappear beneath you and the 100-ton boulder that is reality land on your head after you hit the ground. Review. This section delves into the perpetual cycle of falling into damaging relationships despite past experiences. The analogy of the cartoon coyote chasing the roadrunner adds a humorous yet poignant touch to the exploration of repeated mistakes. But someone tells you, I heard this and I heard that about you, and so says you did this or you did that. You say, let me explain what really happened. They cut you off and say, I don't want to get involved. Review. This part confronts the frustration of being misunderstood and unheard, highlighting the challenges of trying to clarify rumours or misinformation. It exposes the futility of explaining oneself in certain situations. Futile. If you have to explain to someone why something they did is obviously messed up, you've wasted your time. If they say they understand and apologise, well, they're lying. If you believe them and accept their apology, well then you're a fool. If you repeat this cycle more than once, you're in love with a psycho and you're wasting your life. Review. This segment emphasises the fruitlessness of explaining the obvious, pointing out the potential insincerity in apologies. It escalates to a stark warning about repetitive cycles, urging self-awareness in relationships. Self-esteem fraud. So tired of hearing people tell others they have to love themselves more and constantly vomiting up this crap self-help philosophy of self-love. They claim that loving yourself more is the cure for all mental and emotional illness. Self-love is the problem. Drug addiction and most emotional problems are the result of too much self-love, not the lack of it. The feeling that you can do whatever drug you want as much as you want without consequence is born of self-love. The feeling you're alone or in an unsatisfying relationship is also the product of too much self-love. The selfish and entitled attitude that all good feelings and relationships should be yours no matter your actions is, by definition, self-love. Only through denying self and learning how to tell yourself no will you be able to love or be worthy of receiving real love. Serve others and their needs, and get yourself out of your way so God can take care of you and your needs. Review. This part challenges the prevailing self-help narrative around self-love, asserting that excessive self-love contributes to various issues. It proposes a counterintuitive approach, advocating for self-denial and prioritizing others for genuine love. Pragmatic pep talk. Your true love is not waiting somewhere out there. The friend you want doesn't want to know you. Your dog is going to die way before you do. There is no silver lining or light at the end of a tunnel. There is only you, and that's okay, because that's all you really care about anyway. If you think God put you here to be happy, you have a lot of growing up to do. Show me one happy ending or happy beginning for that matter anywhere in the Bible. You can't. He even came down himself and lived a miserable life and died horribly just to show you it can be done without lying, cheating, stealing, or whining. Geez, get a clue. Life doesn't get better or easier with time, only your ability to withstand the pain of life improves. You don't get hardened steel with happy thoughts and candy cane dreams. It takes a hammer and extreme heat to make a sharp sword, as it takes pain and misery to achieve a sharp mind, and the wisdom to realize everything is as it should be. Review. This segment presents a pragmatic perspective, challenging conventional notions of true love and happiness. It draws from biblical references to underscore the harsh realities of life, advocating for resilience in the face of challenges. Pity the fool. You think it sucks to be betrayed or wronged by a low-life piece of shit. Imagine being that low-life piece of shit, then be grateful you're not one. Unless you are one, then go fuck yourself. Review. This part delivers a blunt reality check, prompting gratitude for not being the perpetrator in betrayals or wrongdoings. It concludes with a straightforward message for those who may indeed be the low-life piece of the puzzle. Emotional vaccination. Love but do not care. Loving makes you strong. Caring makes you vulnerable. Review. This segment introduces a paradoxical concept, distinguishing between love and care. It suggests that love strengthens while excessive care renders one vulnerable, offering a pragmatic approach to emotional dynamics. Get over it. Life doesn't get better or easier as you trudge through it. Not for you, not for anyone. The only thing that improves is your ability to deal with it. Life doesn't get better or easier as you trudge through it. Not for you, not for anyone. The only thing that improves is your ability to deal with it. Review. This repetitive yet impactful section hammers home the central message that life doesn't inherently get better. It emphasizes the continuous improvement of one's ability to cope with life's challenges. God has a plan. God does have a plan for your life. In fact, He has a plan for everyone's life. The problem is, most of you don't like His plan for your life. You think His plan is for you to be rich and famous. or powerful and influential, or happy and content. You think God's plan is for you to have everything you want and for everything to go your way. Newsflash, it's not. God's plan is for you to learn how to love. Love is self-sacrifice. Love is doing what's best for others, no matter what it costs you. Love is giving up what you want so others can have what they need. Love is giving up your life for others. Not just dying for them, but living for them. It's sacrificing your dreams, your desires, your wants, your needs, your plans, your agenda, and your preferences for others. God's plan is for you to learn how to love like He loves. If you're not doing that, you're not following His plan. You're following your own plan, which is why your life sucks and everything goes wrong. If you're not willing to sacrifice what you want for others, why should God sacrifice what He wants for you? God's plan is to love others through you. If you're not doing that, you're not following His plan for your life. Review. This segment delves into the concept of God's plan, challenging common misconceptions about it. It emphasizes the central theme of love as self-sacrifice, presenting a profound perspective on the purpose of life and divine intentions. The review recognizes the philosophical depth and thought-provoking nature of the content. You are your fault. You are where you are because of the choices you made. You are who you are because of the choices you made. Your life is what it is because of the choices you made. If you don't like where you are, change the choices you make. If you don't like who you are, change the choices you make. If you don't like your life, change the choices you make. You can't change the past, but you can change the choices you make in the present, which will change your future. You are not a victim of circumstance. You are a product of your choices. You are not a prisoner of fate. You are a prisoner of your decisions. You are not a helpless pawn in the game of life. You are the player making the moves. Take responsibility for your choices. Stop blaming others for where you are, who you are, and how your life is. You are your fault. Review. This closing statement reinforces the overarching theme of personal responsibility, urging readers to acknowledge the impact of their choices on their present circumstances. It rejects the victim mentality, emphasizing the power individuals have to shape their destinies through mindful decision-making. The concise yet powerful message encapsulates the core philosophy of personal accountability presented throughout the musings. Conclusion. Instead of asking, "What is the meaning of life?" consider that life is the meaning of what